Okay guys, so today I'm going to do a quick video on how to install WeChat on CentOs. This should be very quick because I already did Fedora and is very similar. So let's pull up the virtual box that I have, or actually it's GNOME boxes, but it's a virtual machine, and this is CentOs. And let's pull up our terminal here. So if we just search in the built-in repositories, this is freshly installed, so I haven't added anything. We're going to do yum. That's the package manager. Of course it'll update, but I'm not going to do that. Yum, search, and WeChat. And what we see is no matches found. And that's pretty typical of CentOs. It comes with a sort of a bare minimum of repositories installed. But it's very easy to add some extra packages. So let's do this. Yum, search, EPEL. And right here we have extra packages for the Enterprise Linux repository. And so let's go ahead and install those. So sudo yum install swy apple release. Okay, quick enough, easy enough, and now when we search for WeChat, oops, it is going to come back with a match. We have the developmental files and we have the base package. So we can do yum info to look and see if the developmental packages are going to be anything that we need. We might just install them anyway. Shouldn't get in the way of anything. Includes files and PC file for WeChat. So unfortunately that didn't really give us much information, so it's always much safer just to install as little as you need and you can go back later. So let's do sudo yum install WeChat, and we'll see how many packages it needs for dependencies and whatnot. Yum, as opposed to apt, Yum really has this great feature, which is the tab completion for the various packages that are found in the repository. It's really nice because it will not tab complete if you already have it installed, the package that you're looking at, but it will tab complete if you don't. And just the tab completion is nice because you don't have to worry about, when you do yum install, it doesn't have to be the exact, you don't have to sort of memorize the package names, as some of them can be a little bit long. And you can see right here that it is found in the extra repositories repo. So another thing that I can sort of talk about is the Fusion repositories, Fedora Fusion. And let's see if we can pull up the website for that. I'm not sure if I had to do that when I installed it on Fedora, but basically Fedora Fusion packages are sort of the Fedora equivalent to the AUR, or the Arch User repository, where it's not, officially backed by Fedora, and there's even some ones that they, give you the disclaimer that these might be dangerous. But, I mean, you can find a lot of stuff in there, and for end users that are just really worried, not... I wouldn't say not worried about security, but it's not as big of a concern as it would be for an enterprise. I would definitely think about installing it. So, let's do Fedora Fusion. RPM Fusion. I'm sorry, not Fedora. And actually it gives you a really nice walkthrough in the configuration right here for the different versions of Fedora. And also it does give you CentOs. Oops. No, that's the actual repository file. So it's pretty much going to give you, it is going to give you the exact command that you need here to download the RPMs and install them. There should be a little bit of a disclaimer here somewhere about, yes, here it is. You need to enable the extra repositories that we just installed on compatible distributions like CentOs. So what we just did, installing that EPEL package, it would be a prerequisite to even looking at these RPM fusions. But if you use CentOs, I would definitely, just as a typical end user, and you're having trouble finding the software that you need. Let's take a look here. It is going a little bit slowly. Let's see if we can find some more information about those developmental files while we wait. So I'm going to pull up a new tab here. And it should just let us query it at least. It won't let us install because we already are in the middle of using Yum to do that. Just as an excuse for the speed here, I am using a 2011 MacBook. Alright, so weechat.org is really the only URL that they're giving us. We could check that. We could check that to see if it'll give us any info. 88%, getting there. FAQ. I think Quick Start Guide might give us some information. No, this is really just setting it up as opposed to installing. There should be an install guide. No, we might not even find it. But anyways, if it is the case that we need extra sort of ancillary packages, we can install later. It's never a good idea to install as many, packages as you can find. Alright. So it is going to install some dependencies for us, but not a lot. And the good thing about this being a command line client is, or command line package, is that it's going to be pretty light. So it should take not very much time at all. Say yes to importing the GPG key. It'll give you the fingerprint right there if you want to check for yourself. I'm not sure if it's the same fingerprint, but when you build this thing from source and it walks you through the security, you will actually go to the WeChat IRC, and in their banner, it'll have the fingerprint. I'm not sure if it's the same thing, but I just thought that was kind of a cool concept. Of course, you would have to go through your, a web-based IRC or another one that you have installed, because if you haven't installed WeChat, you can't get there through WeChat. So it's kind of ironic. Alright, there we go. And proof of concept. Well, didn't quite get the nice little banner, but we have installed WeChat, and it is working. There are some plugins loaded, so it isn't as bare as I thought it might be without the developmental files. But anyways, that's how to install this thing on CentOs, and hopefully we can actually start doing some fun stuff in the future videos since we have all the installation. Oh, and I am going to abandon building it from source because it's just going to take too long. And I mean, you can see it's in every major package manager out there. So okay, see you next time.